Well, yes, Tech Mahindra's Q3 performance fails in comparison to the street estimates because even if the dollar revenue growth of 4.1% was ahead of the street estimate, there was a bit of miss when it comes to the rupee revenue. Even the constant currency growth of 4.7% was a miss versus street expectation of 5%. The big disappointment, however, was on the margin front because that came in at 14.8%. Remember, the street was working with an estimate of anywhere between 15.2 to 15.5%, and consequently the profit figure also missed the street expectation. In terms of the other internals, where it was the communication vertical as well as the retail segment which continues to drive growth, the communication vertical jumped up by around 6%, and the retail segment also depicted a growth of around 14-15%. The new deal win momentum continues to be steady at $700 million, though it has tapered down a tad bit over the last 3 quarters, but the management is confident that they can continue with this run rate. The attrition, which has been a problem with the entire industry, has been a pain point for Tech Mahindra as well, and that is why we saw the subcontracting costs going higher and impacting the margin this time around. But the management is confident that their headcount addition remains strong and they are well placed to meet that particular challenge. As far as the deal pipeline is concerned, the management believes that this is at the best levels ever that they have seen, and they are confident that the margins will go back to the 15% level. The brokerages, however, are not too enthused by the Q3 performance. CLSA, for instance, says that the revenue is in line and their deal wins is healthy, but margin miss is a bit of disappointment. They believe the re-rating could take a pause going forward. We have JP Morgan, which maintains an overweight call with a target of around 2,000 rupees a share, but they say that they have raised the revenues by around 0 to 2%, but they've cut the margin estimates by around 10 to 20 bips. Overall, they say that the margins were a bit of disappointment as well.